Okay, if you're watching this video, it means that your teacher has already handed you back your score report from the PSAT that we took in the fall. And I want to help you a little bit with understanding your score report and sort of like knowing what to do next. A lot of times you get these scores, you're not sure what direction to go. So the first thing I want to point out is on the front page of your score report, you have this access code at the bottom, and it gives you the website to go to. You also probably created a login at some point before the SAT or the PSAT. If you didn't, it's not too late. You can create a login once you get to that site, but this is going to give you a full detailed report. So don't think that this piece of paper is all that you have. There's actually more resources online than what you see in front of you right now, and this is your key to getting it. Now, if you flip to the next page, what you're going to see is this is just a made-up test here, okay? But I want you to look for the page where you're seeing these scores across the top. What this does is it breaks down your reading and writing versus your math. It gives you the total. This is them adding these other two together, and it tells you how you rank to the rest of the kids that took it. So you know, like in this sample, this person was not strong in reading. They were in the 31st, but they were strong in math. They were in the 69th percentile. And so their total score is the 960. So they're right there at average. They're in the 51st percentile of the country, okay? And this is important whenever you go to look for like what score does the college I'm looking at want me to get, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But let's just go through and figure out what all this action means. When you're reading, these are really good reports. They'll tell you a little bit about your strengths and your weaknesses. Green is good, okay? Green, if you're in green in anything, that means that you have met or exceeded the benchmark. In fact, it says so on your sheet right there. Green is good. Yellow is getting closer, and red is really a weakness where you need to strengthen, okay? It breaks down your tests into sub-scores over here. The sub-scores are for all these different topics. These are important to know exactly what area of math or reading that you struggle. And if you actually go onto the website, they have exercises in just these areas. So you don't have to keep practicing things you're good at. It's going to help you find things that you're not good at. Or if you get a book, like a College Board has a book that it puts out to help you prepare, you would need to study the sections that are the worst. Like if you got a low score, you would study that first, most likely for your English. And in this one, their weakest area was heart of algebra, which is sort of like Algebra 1. So that's where the student was weak. If you were to add these up over here, okay, if you add those up and then you double them, you're going to get what's called your National Merit Index. This is on the next page. They did this math for you, okay? They added them up and doubled them. This is a score where they're comparing you to the rest of the country, and if you're an 11th grader, if you're a junior, you were entered into a competition for money, for scholarship money, and of course it's the best scores. I think it's the top, I think it says 50,000 students are in this competition. And the score changes every year, so I can't tell you what's good or what's going to qualify you. But if you go online, it will let you know how you are and where you stand. And then they usually take 9 to 12 months to announce the winners. I will say from past experience, I really was excited when my kids could hit a 200. That didn't mean they were getting money, but a 200 here seemed to be awesome, and it put them above their peers. So be proud of yourself if you hit that 200 mark, okay? What else do we have down here? Okay, this is going to give you some details in your scores, your next steps. It's going to actually break it down for you, like what you were good at is on the left, okay, and what your weaknesses are going to be listed over here on the right. And this is okay. It's not near as good as what you can find online, okay? So I'm going to take you online now to show you a little bit about this score report, but then what your resources are online to sort of dig deeper into the material. Okay, so what you see here is I have jumped to the internet and I have just typed in collegeboard.org at the top. I know they gave you a very specific site on your paper which you can use, but collegeboard.org is the key to where everything is, and this is the home page. Notice you can start your sign-in process here if you would like. You could sign up, make an account, and if you forgot your username or password, of course, they will help you with that. What I'm going to do is not sign in because, you know, I'm not a student and I didn't take the test. So I'm just going to come down here and show you some resources you have. Now, y'all just took the PSAT. So I'm going to click on this to get to that specific page. And, you know, once again, they're giving you an opportunity to view your individual scores, which you should really do. But then they have resources, right? So it just gives some important dates for educators, but I like this section here, make the most of your score report. This is taking me to all sorts of resources. So we're going to start with what they suggest right here. We'll watch this short video and then go from there.
Congratulations on taking the PSAT and MSQT. Now it's time to see your scores, which you can get on your phone, computer, or on paper copies mailed to your school. The first thing you'll see is your total score, which is a combination of your scores on the evidence-based reading and writing and math sections. These scores give you an idea of how you'll do on the SAT and how ready you are for college. Next, your test scores, cross-test scores, and sub-scores give you even more details about how you did in specific areas. Scores in green show your strengths. Scores in yellow and red help you understand where you need to improve. Then go to Skills Insight to dig even deeper and see what your scores say about your skills and how you can develop them further. Thinking about your scores and making a plan to improve are important steps towards college. Test takers are screened for the National Merit Scholarship Program, an academic competition for recognition and scholarships. Go to the NMSC Selection Index section to see if you meet the entry requirements. Taking challenging classes is another great way to prepare for college. The AP Potential section tells you which AP classes would be great for you. Speak to your teacher or counselor to learn more about AP. Now that you know what your scores mean, use them to get free, personalized practice for the SAT. Go to satpractice.org to create and link your College Board and Khan Academy accounts to get started. Your test scores will feed into Khan Academy, which will give you a personalized practice program to help you study for the SAT. And finally, don't forget to register for the SAT.
Okay, so that's kind of an overview of what we just talked about. Let me play the second video because I think this is amazing that they do this now, that you can go to Khan Academy and not only just watch how to do specific problems that you may have missed, but get a program catered to you based on what you missed. It's pretty fantastic.
Do you know that once you receive your PSAT and MSQT test results, you get immediate access to free personalized practice for the SAT in the areas where you need the most help? Just follow these 3 simple steps. Step 1. Go to satpractice.org to create an account on Khan Academy or sign into your existing account. Step 2. Choose to link your Khan Academy account to your PSAT and MSQT results. Step 3. Create a College Board account or sign into your existing account and click Send to send your scores. Now you're all set to get personalized practice based on your test results. It's so easy. So sign up, link up, get practicing. Good luck.
So definitely take advantage of that. Now that we've talked about that, I want to go ahead and look back at the score report that we had pulled up just a second ago, because I will save this page for last because this is a bit overwhelming. And by no means am I going to explain all of this in this little video, but I did want you to kind of be aware of why it's here. I mean, it's wonderful to know what the correct answer is and then what you answered, because you're going to get to see your test. So it's a good way to go back over it. Difficulty level, 1 bar means it's considered easy. 2 blue boxes is medium, and if you see 3 blue boxes filled in, that's considered difficult or hard, one of the harder problems. Now, the sub-scores that you see here, this is, there's a code, there's an index at the bottom. These are specific parts of reading and math that your sub-scores were in. So like, if I see, let me look for an HOA. Here we go, right over here. I don't know if you can see where I'm focused, but over here this says that I got this one right, and it's a HOA problem. It's a heart of algebra problem. So I know that I did well on that. I would go through and highlight whatever you missed, and that's just going to go along so you can really get a grasp on what specific types of problems that you're missing. Is it going to be command of evidence, words in context, expression of ideas, and then in math, these others. And if you don't know what this means, that's why they have the resources online to help you out. The other thing is the cross-test score, because you're going to have an opportunity to see what AP courses that you have the potential to be successful in. And we recommend everybody try to find a subject that they can be pre-AP or AP in to get that college readiness and to get that experience. So that's why you see these codes over here, because these are sort of science-based questions, history-based questions, and what they do is if you do well in specific areas, that's going to play into your personal sort of aptitude for either history or science, and it's going to help you determine, you know, maybe I should push myself and try that AP class. So you don't really need to decipher that, but that's what the computer is deciphering. Whenever you go into your account, it's already done that work for you. And I really wish I did have an account, but I don't. But what you would do is from here, guys, you would play over here and you would log into your account, and you'll be able to click like that video showed you. Click on your AP potential. Click on your National Merit Index score. You can use all of these links over here as well. You know, who sees your scores, understanding your scores, scholarships and recognition. And the very last part of this video is I'm going to show you how there's one other really cool place you can go that's going to help you determine if you are compatible with a specific college. So if you're a junior right now and you think you know where you want to go to school, listen up. I have just transitioned to a new screen, a new web search, and notice what I've typed in up here. Okay guys, this is CollegeSimply.com/colleges. This is awesome website. Take a minute, write this down, have your teacher hit pause. If this is a junior course, you can all write this down. But this is where you're going to go and type in your specific scores and whatnot, and it can tell you your odds of getting in, and I just love it. So we're just going to pretend like we all want to go to school in Texas. You know, we don't want to go too far away. And I'll hit go, and you can just play around in this site, and you can sort by, you know, best colleges in Texas, or you can filter it different ways for your community colleges and private schools, or you can just go through the list and find the one that maybe that you want to go to. And there's so many colleges in Texas, so tons for you to search. Let's just pretend you're thinking about Abilene Christian University, right? And if I click on that, you'll see reviews if anyone's decided to review it, which no one apparently has for this school. But it'll give you a breakdown, y'all. Your in-state tuition and fees, how many students are enrolled, how many % are admitted. What this means is that less than half of the students applied actually got in. It is showing you the scores, and notice it's not showing you the top scores. It's showing you that if they were to take the 75th percentile student, meaning that if they took all the scores and lined them up and then found the one that's right there at 3/4 of the way in terms of the highest score, it would be a 27 ACT, a 650 for SAT reading, and a 620 for SAT math. So that means there's a range of scores that could be received, but it's to help you to see if you're even close to some of these people that got in. It also has a calculate my chances, and when you click on that, it won't let me do this because I'm not a student, y'all. But if it'll, there we go. It's what are my chances? And so what